Hello, welcome once again to Pale Blooms and Beyond. Thank you for joining us today. If you do like the programming you see here and the musicians and artists I visit with, please be sure and hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Kevin Borich is a New Zealand-born Australian guitarist, singer, and songwriter. He got his start with the La-Di-Da's and played with the band from 1964 to 1975. Though there were many musicians that passed through the ranks of the outfit, the three long-tenured members were Kevin, lead guitar and vocals, Phil Key, lead vocals and guitar, and Trevor Wilson, bass guitar. Forming in New Zealand, the band would relocate to Australia in 1968. The La-Di-Da's released 4 albums, a slew of singles, and several compilations over the life of the band. In 1976, Kevin would form the Kevin Borich Express. From 1977 to 99, 10 albums would see the light of day, including a live and a best of collection. And just last June, Kevin Borich Express Live was released. Kevin also co-founded the Party Boys, an Australian rock supergroup, in 1982. The group had a fluctuating lineup, including members of several big-name groups and artists like Joe Walsh, Burdon and Graham Bonnet. Today, my guest is fighting for the next live show. Well, welcome, Kevin.
Welcome, Greg, and thank you for having me on your big show.
the next big show. Well, thanks. Oh, and I want to say, I forgot to tell you a Happy New Year too. So,
and to you.
Yes.
Let's.
Yes. A little belated, but let's hope it is. Let's hope it's a good year. Well, take us back. Where were you born?
A place called Helensville. I was born in Helensville. Yeah, it's a town that's it had the hospital. I grew up in Huapai, which was a little town, and I'm on an orchard. My parents were migrants from Croatia, and they arrived there with absolutely nothing, of course, and managed to sort of choose growing fruit trees, and bought an old, put a deposit on an old orchard and built it up to one of the best over time. Yeah.
Really? What kind of fruit?
Apples, peaches, it's like stone fruit, a few oranges, grapefruit.
Oh, okay.
Started about 30 acres, and then they expanded a bit, and it was a great life, really.
Right. A healthy life.
Oh, well, but I was just saying the other day, that was before organics, and I'm once walked into a spray shed, and there's Mum with a cup going into the DDT and scooping it out. I mean, that's what they were told. That's what they were told to do. She got to 93. God damn.
Oh, did she really? My mom passed away 2 years ago now. She was 91, so almost got there. We're a couple of years shy of that. Wow, yeah,
mate.
Yeah, right. Longevity. And I say my dad died young. He was 76. So I say, if I can make that happy medium in between, I'll be all right. I think I'll be okay.
Oh, well,
yeah,
I'm winning in that area.
Right. Well, early on, was there music in the household?
Well, I know that my dad, he came from they got married and they moved out into the country, so he kind of left the congregation of the Dallies, we were called Dalmatians, and so he had played tumblitzer, but he never had one at home, so they're too busy fighting for a living and away from the parents that would probably want to keep that going, but so they were too busy sort of digging and planting and pruning and all that. I was very happy, and they were great parents. And they caught me, I think the first time they thought that I had some music ability, not that I did, but I had the tennis racket and I was pretending to play it. So they made the choice. Do we get him balls?
You're a man after my own heart. I used to play a mean tennis racket. When I was
when you're a kid, and then there's another shot of me with an olive oil tin, and I'm sitting on the veranda, and I'm hitting it with a stick, and I'm belting the hell out of it, and I'm blowing this toy trumpet. That was before the tennis racket.
I can't remember who it was I talked to. They said, yeah, they were playing the tennis racket, and their sister had the hairbrush for the mic, and
Yeah, that's
right.
well, that must be manifestation.
Yes, I think it is. I think it is. Well, what was the first instrument you learned to play?
I think I got a ukulele for a little bit, and then I wanted the guitar. Um, I was hearing music, but it was pretty lame sort of pop music on the radio, and that was about it. But I was lucky when I got into my teens that my mother's sister had some Ray Charles records and some blues records. She met some American people and her husband later on, and so I got to hear John Lee Hooker, and I went, "Wow, what's going on here?"
Yeah.
That beautiful deep resonance when he's doing the Tupelo blues.
Yes.
That's what really
Yeah.
struck me, son. And of course, then the black and white movies started happening with the Chuck Berry and another Fats Domino, all those early rock movies,
Yeah.
and of course the not the Three Stooges, the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a lesson in music because you had the piano player doing funny things, but all of a sudden, out of all the chaos and fun, a harper would find a harp and you'd start playing, and the whole. And we were in the Kumeu Hall, which they'd show movies, and we were
Yeah.
sitting on wooden things, and all of a sudden the whole vibe would change because of this beautiful music. So there was
Right.
a lesson right there.
Right, right.
Uh,
Kind of juxtapositioned against the comedy, you had that beautiful harp, playing there.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the effect, an angelic thing that was
Right,
happening for Harpo because he couldn't speak. He was
right.
too.
Exactly. And chasing the women around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I didn't think it was a lesson until later on in life when I was, thinking, explaining about music and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was a good example.
Right, right. I've heard you doing these interviews. So many started out with a ukulele. I've heard that so many times, you know.
Yeah, well, I suppose it doesn't cost much for the
That's
parents to
right. It was inexpensive.
see how
Exactly.
far it goes.
Right, right.
I
Well,
got me into. I used to go to the local agricultural show,
uh-huh.
and every grower would bring their thing, and there was a stall, and there was a pipe band or something, Irish, Scottish, sorry, and I'd be walking behind them, getting on into the
Yeah,
because they
right.
were drums,
Yeah,
and
right.
that was before I, ever heard Indian music, one note drone thing,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
loved that, and I used to go walk behind, and the all drummers have got the sticks coming up their nose and doing. I thought
Yeah.
it was wonderful. And I tried to join the local. They got me to join the brass band, and they gave me a cornet, and I was getting into the sound. The dog really loved it too. He was howling away when I was trying to play. And of course, I'd sit in with them and play. And then they tested me reading music, and I couldn't read the music. I was too busy just going by ear. I, s-
Yeah.
I got busted, eh? So
You
I had to give the horn back.
got busted. Oh man. So some of that blues was R&B was coming through the radio over there. Okay. All right. So some of our American blues. Wow. Okay. Well, did you have a hi-fi or a record player?
Yeah, well, after they realised that I was fixated in music, and my sister was learning some piano, and so they bought a three-in-one, which was a radio, turntable, and tape recorder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so and it was a tape recorder you could slide out. So
Yeah.
they bought the right thing because later on, I could record things, and then I
Yeah.
could play it back instead of trying to slow down the turntable.
Right. Right.
It didn't work.
Oh, a three in one. That's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, so that was great. And I sort of, and of course, and we're getting a bit older, the Shadows, Cliff Richard and the Shadows were getting airplay.
Yeah.
We've got wonderful instrumentals.
Oh yeah.
And but then the blues side from my auntie, there weren't many records around then.
Yeah.
And of course, the radio, the BBC would have live things going. Heard John Mayall and some
Oh,
blues acts
oh,
playing. later on of it, Jimi Hendrix playing live,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd record it.
Oh,
And
right, right.
what Ladi does with the hippest band in town,
Yeah,
because I was getting it from
yeah.
even before it was released.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
you know,
You mentioned Shadows. Hank Marvin's over there. How what part of
yeah,
Australia? What part of
he lives,
Australia?
he lives in Perth.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'd heard that he's a.
and he's doing a Gypsy Django thing.
Oh, right, right. That'd be nice to be able to talk with
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, and then you. What else was it? Did you just? Oh yeah, John Mayall. Did you like the Peter Green when Peter Green played with him? And
Yeah, well, see, they were bringing, and well, the Stones were a blues band at the beginning of time, but like
yeah,
at their start, and so they started really bringing the blues into the commercial sort of radio, or not probably not commercial, but lots more radio, and letting it be known. And whereas in America it was still black man music, and probably wasn't. Pat Boone was doing Hound Dog, a little,
right.
a little wimpy version, when you hear the real thing.
Yeah,
And so I think that all the black film musicians would have loved the Stones and the English boys for bringing them to the world.
yeah, yeah. In the UK, I don't know if it was the same over there, but they like in grade school, they would have, the Beatles fans would be on one side of the class and the Stones fans on the other.
Yeah,
They would be separated like
it
that.
was a thing. I really did like the Beatles, but
Uh,
I loved the Stones because they were a bit more raw and
yeah,
bluesy.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no doubt the Beatles were fantastic at what they did, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Can you remember one of the first live shows you attended that you went to?
It was my mum took me to Johnny Devlin and the Devils, which
Oh,
was New
okay.
Zealand. He was the New Zealand Elvis of the
Yes.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
so
Yeah.
that's been and that was going to the Auckland Town Hall, which cavernous, horrible sound it must have been, but all the people were going nuts, just like in the movies. And
Right, right. It's like the way.
I actually got to meet him in Australia many, many years later. He came to a show.
Yeah.
I was like, it's all your fault, Johnny.
Those kind of shows, it was like the girls were there to see him, Johnny, and the guys went because the girls were there to see him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
All worked out beautifully.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Packed houses. Wow, okay. Well, talk about some other early musical influences for you.
Well, they were the major ones, and then of course, we had Eric Clapton coming to fore through John Mayall and that great Beano album, and everyone was chasing the licks on that album, and of course, then also on Whammo, Jimi Hendrix arrives, and
Yes,
it's like
yes.
what, So I've been a huge fan of Jimmy right from that word when I heard Stone Free for the first time.
Oh,
I think someone played it when we were doing the sound check at a venue, and who's that, and so and Jeff Beck, amazing Jeff, who was always the innovator till the end of his
yes,
reign.
he was. He was. Yes.
And they were sort of the main guys, and later on Johnny Winter, and there were so many to enjoy and listen to,
Yeah.
so and of course these days there's so many. I'd be going
Oh,
on.
right. Yeah. Well,
Having them
well,
all written down, so I know which ones are so
yeah.
that affected me. I mean,
Well, backing up just a little bit, I forgot to mention this in '61, the
mm,
year I was born. So this will show the age difference here. When
you're
you were only
such a
like,
young fellow, you are.
I'm a whippersnapper. Yeah, when you
Yeah,
were only
that's the appropriate. I'll
only
start whittling.
you were right. You were only what 12 years old. You recorded a single with two sisters, Judy and
Yeah, yeah. They live next door on a poultry farm, and they call
uh,
themselves the Chicks.
yeah, okay, the
They went
chicks.
on to, yeah, they went on to do some, hits when after I left them. But yeah, so they had perfect harmony, and they sounded like the Chipmunks. They were so young.
Oh yes, yes,
I was a three-chord wonder, playing
yeah.
away, and the mother said, "Oh, that sounds really good." My parents were too busy on the orchard, but Mrs. Donaldson, you should record that. So they took us into Auckland and we went up to a studio and we all stood around one mic and I played about 8 songs straight through and they were singing on a few of them.
Yeah.
And I actually have the recording now. It was on an acetate and it got all scratched and stuff. But when I come over to Australia, I took it to the archive centre that does film
Ooh.
and old recordings, and they put it to CD. So I actually got really pristine. They
They
took the
they
pops out and all the
they
scratches out.
they cleaned it up.
You
Oh, yeah.
can do that at home now, just about.
Oh, wow. The things that you can do with technology. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you know,
I'm
from
glad it was
analog.
I'm glad it was salvageable. Yes, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, it was, and it's quite cute to listen to. You know, I don't play it very often, obviously, but when someone brings it up, they go, "Well, okay, I seem to have it here." I'll take on the play it, and they go, "Oh, you really?" So it's fun to listen to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll talk about as you started getting into music and playing, what was the scene like there around you, the music scene?
Well, our sort of la-di-da thing when we got from four piece, we got Bruce Howard who'd come to a gig and we'd play at the Platter Rack, which is a place that we'd start probably at 8:30, go till midnight, take the gear upstairs and play till 3 in the morning. And we
Oh,
were a cover band, you know, we were covering, and that was an education in itself because you had to try and sound like exactly like the record, you know, and when we got Trevor and I were doing most of the singing, but then we had to do "Give Me Some Lovin'" and Steve Winwood's wonderful voice, and I went, "Oh God, I don't know if I'm going to contact that." And all of a sudden, Phil Key, the rhythm guitarist, he said, "Oh, I'll have a go at that," and he did, and he had the great soul voice. we could we could do the Four Tops or
oh,
Sam and Dave, and also our repertoire was so much bigger. And he was the main singer. We'd all have in terms of doing pretending on depending on the song, you know, what
yeah,
it needed. And
right.
so Phil was a great singer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, originally the band was the Mergers,
yeah.
and then who came up with the Lottie Daws?
The Lardy does. Yeah, it was a horrible name, wasn't it? It was all murky and dirty. It didn't roll off the tongue. and And we were in Trevor's house with his mother's in the kitchen, and we're just alongside, and she could hear us, and we're going, well, we call ourselves the criminals or the rodents, or you know, something tough and stuff. And she goes, oh, I don't want. I'm playing in a band called the Rodents. Why don't you call yourself something nice,
Yeah.
like Lardy Does? And we all went, oh, and cracked up. Kept thinking, we couldn't think of anything.
So let's go with it. Well, it's quite unique. You have to give it that.
No, but you know, it was all the sort of gay fraternity, and they were still in the closets, I guess, in those days. And they all come bursting out, and we were there. They
Wow.
loved it. And it was
Yeah.
great. Playing late at night, we were playing to people of all persuasions. You know, people coming in from things from ball gowns and that because they were out on the town. You'd have hookers, you'd have dealers, you'd have everything coming in,
Yeah.
and you know, we'd have to play so many songs, and then we had a so many song break on the jukebox, and we'd play Gates of Eden or something from Bob Dylan that went for six
Right.
minutes, or Rolling Stone. A
Right.
bit more time off, but that was a great education, and we had hits. You know, we
Yeah.
had quite a
Well,
few hits.
I wanted to mention something in particular. I'm sure that you're aware that one of your early singles, "How Is the Air Up There," was
Yeah.
used. It was used decades later on a compilation, various artists compilation. Are you aware of that? On RPM Records, that was the title of the compilation.
I was always fond of Blues Magoos.
Oh,
And that was
okay.
that great riff down.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
It was really great, and the lyrics are still
Yeah.
actually, you know, they fit today. You know, your
Yeah.
father, the VIP, thinks he's always right. Down. Your
Right.
mother, she, all the lyrics are still fit today. You know,
Yes.
a
Well,
great song.
it's a matter of fact. I just Pepe Castro. That's who I talked to a
He a
couple of years.
Mexican or something with a name
No,
like that.
yeah, it sounded like it. It sounded like it. He is of Hispanic heritage, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but he was, born here. His parents and
Well,
grandparents brought
I don't,
Pepe Castro. But anyway, what I wanted to mention about How Is the Air Up There? It was various artists compilation, RPM, a Cherry Red, a 3 CD collection entitled How Is the Air Up There? I know it's because of your single, because
yeah,
the other bands on there, it's all New Zealand bands from the 60s.
yeah. And that song, Bruce sung that one because he
Yeah,
sounded a bit like Mick Jagger.
right, right,
He,
right.
it's got
It,
a Jaggeristic kind of
it does. It
feel
does.
about it.
Yeah, yeah,
So really, it was
yeah,
it went straight to number one. It was
yeah, it
fantastic.
did. But also on that collection is Don't Stand in My Way, On Top of the
That
World.
was an
And
original because we were at that stage where we were sick of doing. You have
yeah,
to do,
covers.
you
Yeah,
know. But a lot of our original stuff didn't get played, and we were
yeah.
going sort of, oh, those radio people have got cloth ears. They don't know.
Right, right. And then What You Gonna Do's on there and Jump Back. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
got
that was
those
small
tracks.
faces.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I probably would have got that on listening to the BBC.
Right, right. That's
So
one of my
that's how
favorites.
we would have hooked into that. And then Steve Marriott, what a soulful voice.
Oh,
Like
what's
I've got an old jukebox here, and I've got Tin Soldier on that. You know that great
right.
soul.
Yes. Oh, yes,
That's a great
exactly.
song. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And then with Humble Pie too,
yeah,
you know. But yeah, what a
yeah.
singer. Yeah, with Small Faces, they all were had to be. They were all short. He was short, so they didn't want
Yeah.
anybody taller than him, so they were all short in Small Faces, the same size or shorter.
Such a convention.
Right, 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 right. But one more thing about that, and then we'll move on. But on that collection, it's got some tracks by Peter Nelson and the Castaways, Larry's Rebels, Ray
Ah,
Columbus,
Larry.
and
Yes.
Mr. Lee Grant. Yeah, all of those are on there too. So as well. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I know they picked it up from your single. Well,
Yeah.
why did the
See,
band?
I
Oh,
used
go
to
ahead.
go in and see a band called Ray Columbus and the Invaders.
Yes, yes,
They had two great guitar players.
yeah,
One had the P90 Gibson,
yeah.
Les Paul Jr., and the other one played a Strat. So they had two different styles, but they were both fantastic. And then our soul man was Max Merritt and the Meteors.
Max Merritt,
So,
Max
yeah, so I
Merritt.
used to go and that was my big education to go to see them, you know. And then
Yes.
there were a lot of Maori bands, which the Maori people and all the Maori players were just so natural musicians. Were great. I'd go and check those out too.
Oh, yes, the indigenous peoples. Yeah, exactly. Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, they seem to have a lot of rhythm. Even like our American Indians here too.
Yeah,
it's just in them. It's just the music's in
very,
there.
very natural. You know,
Natural,
just comes
natural.
out.
Right, right. Because they have that oneness with the land too. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, why did the band relocate to Australia in '68?
Well, that's kind of like we found out that was what you had to do because New Zealand was so small. You know, you'd do it a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and you would probably tour the whole country. And of course, watching Max and the Invaders, they went to Australia first because they were a bit older than us, and
Okay.
that's what you did. You know,
Okay.
it's such a big world in those days. These days, you'd go to England or Europe or America, of course,
Yeah.
but in those days with prop engines,
Right.
you going to Australia was a big deal.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so kids now wouldn't know about that feeling.
Right.
You know, being in a small country in the west of the world, well, you'll never get there. You'll never get there. It's
No.
like,
No.
that difference.
Exactly. You don't. And talking about the distance between us, my wife is from Indonesia.
All
So,
right,
I know that's not too far from you
up
guys.
just up the road.
Exactly. A hop, skip, and a jump, right? But
Yeah.
I did travel over there a couple of times before we got married, and boy, that
Oh,
flight.
lovely.
Oh, the layover in Taiwan, and then, oh man, it took forever, it seemed like. And talk about jet lag. Whew.
Yeah,
That was tough. That was tough.
yeah,
Well,
be a few popovers. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, talk about the concept album. I want to hear about that, the Happy Prince.
The Happy Prince. I wasn't writing music then, and it was songs.
Mhm.
Trevor and Bruce were more ahead of me, and actually Bruce was trained, a pianist. He was classically trained, and they come up with the idea, and we just fitted in our parts to the songs and put what we in. But they had the lyrics and the actual chord structures and the melody and stuff. So they were writing very early. So they were the champions to get that Oscar Wilde story into music, which was kind of the first rock opera, or arguably the first rock opera, rock opera, or whatever they're called.
Rock opera.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
we never actually got to play it live. We'd do a couple of the songs, but at that stage, had been recorded it in Australia. We were doing pretty well, and we had a good live following, and we reached. I think that the only Bloody Does song that got a lot of airplay was a song I wrote later, was how Gonna See My Baby Tonight.
Yes.
I'm just trying to piece it, but
Yeah.
but when the Happy Prince album was released, we had enough of Australia. We wanted to go to England, so we saved up $3,000 and flew over. Bought a mini minor for 5 guys.
Right.
Mini miner's about this big, you know.
Oh yeah.
With wheels on it.
Right, exactly. You know,
And then Swampy came over later.
It's like in the circus when the clown cars and all the clowns come out. You know, it's like how they fit in.
Clowns.
Right. Well, there were a couple. Go ahead.
We while we were there, we tried to get work. We sort of had trouble, but we went to EMI, who released Happy Prince, and we thought, oh, these guys will help us, you know, and because we had no management, and we went and but while we had to get out of London because it was costing too much, so we rented these little batches, we call them, but little holiday houses, which are not very big, on the Thames, and there's cows and there's trees and it's out in the country. So we hired 2 of them and moved out there. And of course, we were going into the parties and we were sampling a bit of Durban Poison. And of course, there was a lot of hashish around. And so we were writing songs, and we went into EMI, and they said, oh, well, you audition, you know. So we went in and played some of our songs. And I think they didn't like some of our songs. One song was called Time Deserted Island. I think it was actually the hashish coming out in our inspirations. So they didn't like our songs, but they said, but they liked our musicianship and the way we played and stuff. And they said, do you want to cover a Beatles song from their album that's going to be coming out?
Okay.
And we were a bit disappointed because we thought our songs were great. But then naturally you go, oh, well, maybe. And there's a band called Marmalade that did their album before and took a track off, and it got famous and sort of helped them on the way. So we thought, oh, we'll have to go down. This is the only thing they want to do with us. So we Come Together, and we did a great version of it, went to the big studio, and Abbey Road, we recorded it.
Oh, right.
Ringo sat there. Wow, you know. And so you've got a huge room you play, and then the stairs go up to the control room at that stage. I don't know what it's like now, but we did a great version, and it started getting playing airplay on Luxembourg. Well, they had these pirate radio stations.
Right.
And we thought, this is good. And then but then, of course, the Beatles released it. We went, oh, how dare they?
Yeah. Right.
We just picked the wrong bloody song, didn't we?
Yeah.
So anyway, it was a great thing.
At Abbey at that time, were the engineers still in the white coats, or was that
almost? And it was, 8-track or whatever.
Yeah.
I might have been 16 by then. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
But what a great thing to have to do. But by that stage, we were running out of money, and all of a sudden we were offered this tour of France, and it was a shock. we were we drove over there, but then we were told that we had to leave the van there, and when you just get off the boat, it goes through customs and stuff. And then our roadie was told at night, you have to go back there to certain 12 midnight, and they'll open the gates. And obviously a shonk, we were stealing our van. The motor had a thing going on with the guy with the keys to the gate.
Yeah.
So we did the tour. It was pretty bad, but enough money to get back. And then of course we realised our visas or whatever were up, so we had to get rescued home. I think my parents actually helped us get back.
Oh, did they? Okay. Wow. What an adventure that was. Yeah. Was
It
that
was.
was
No
that
management at all. No management. But these batches, I call them on the Thames.
Yeah.
One was at the lower part of the water because of the lock, the levels,
Right.
and there was a canoe there. So we were having great fun,
Yeah.
going up the Thames, and we were probably smoking whatever.
While you're rowing.
The cow, how nice, and a 300-year-old oak tree
Yeah.
kissing the water,
Yeah.
gorgeous. And then there was this off thing. We went, let's go down here, and it was going fast, so it was going down to the lower level of the lock,
Oh,
but on a different little place.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
all there was steer
Yeah. Okay.
and be quiet because there's guys doing sleep fishing.
Oh, yes, right.
They weren't doing that, so and we were trying not to laugh, but that's the fun part.
Oh, yeah. You got some nice memories there. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I'm actually writing a book and editing at the moment.
Oh, are you really? Okay. Well, that'll be
And
something. Yeah.
it's got some memories coming up.
Okay.
A lot of people that would have helped me. Swampy would have been great, but he passed away.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of that, I talked Mike Rudd. He sent me his book. Little Club for him. Yeah, and I read that. Nice read. It's a nice read. From that.
Who published that? Who published that?
Let's see who published. This is from Melbourne Books.
Okay.
Melbourne Books. Yeah, talks about
I'll be
Spectrum.
gone. Just
Spectrum
a fantastic.
Spectrum and Ariel, and all those bands. Well, a couple of lineup changes with the additions of Peter Roberts and Keith Barber.
Yeah, I was starting to write, and Phil Key was starting to write, and really and we weren't fighting or anything. We just realised that we'd been together since school. And we had to move away from each other to keep our own thing going.
Yes. Yeah.
So he started the Band of Light, and I kept the name Lardy Does because I just had my first son, and I thought, gee, it was a business decision.
Right.
Almost Kevin Borich, and no one knows, or the La-di-da name. No one else wants a terrible name like that. No one. I've got a son. I've got to feed him. Hey. So Mamo,
you made a financial decision there.
We do this album.
Yes.
Under the La-di-da name.
You're right.
Could you do an album cover like that these days?
No, I don't think so.
Would I get shot automatic?
Oh,
This is about a bull
right.
shot.
Yeah. Oh, talk about that. Yeah.
So that was the first album we did, a 3-piece.
Yeah.
After the 4-piece went for a while doing blues rock or denim, and and that lasted. But then we had that split that I just put in the wrong way.
Yeah. Right.
So so that was my first 3-piece band under the La-di-da name called Rock and Roll Sandwich.
Right, rock and roll sandwich. Yes.
There is a sandwich in there, as you can see.
Oh, and so if you open it up, there is. Oh man, you're making me hungry looking at. Yeah, you're making.
Well, there's a couple of songs I still play. There's one called "The Place," which is a real traditional, up there, called "The Place to Be."
Oh,
and it's talking about all the kind of venues we play. And I still play that song live from that album. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's how the Kevin Borich Express started from that.
Oh, you get
Yeah,
a lot of you got a lot of mileage out of that one, yeah. And as
yeah,
you mentioned previously, "Gonna See My Baby Tonight," you wrote that and became
yeah,
a top 10 hit in '71 on the
yeah.
Australian
That was when we
singles.
had the four piece.
Yes,
Done
yes,
with,
yes. It became
and
a
so
top
that
10.
was great. But it was real funny because we did that song and it got to number four. It's got pretty high up, and of course then we had to follow it up. Um, we tried another one on my songs. It didn't work. So then my drummer, Keith Barber, at the time, on that album, he goes, "We've got to do a commercial, someone else's song. That's
Yeah.
what the radio seems to do. And they want to play, they want to play our songs." So he said, "Try it. What about this one?" And he played me Too Poop to Pop.
Oh, okay.
Because he's too poop to pop, too old. And I'm thinking, oh no, I don't know about this. But then I thought, and he sort of talked me around, and well, that's funny. I was talking about
Yeah,
old guys trying to rock,
right,
and
right.
but we were young guys. But it got to up the charts again. So that taught us. Well, that was a smart move, Keith. Thanks very much.
Right. Good choice there, yeah.
It was great ideas, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how was it playing the first Sunbury Pop Festival in '72? How was that?
Wow, well, it was great because it was a first. When
First one,
things are
yeah.
the first,
Yeah.
they're obviously not tired of too much,
Yeah, right.
and it was just like Woodstock and whatever.
Who else
So
played on that?
so we did play it. It was just in a field, and they had the pond, and it was all muddy, and people were covered in mud and stuff.
So it was like Woodstock in a way, yeah. Yeah, because it rained in Woodstock too.
Well, I did a few of them. And one time, I think it might have been '74 or something like that. We were doing our thing, and Deep Purple were on
Oh,
um, top billing.
yeah.
Right? So we'd done our show, and I was walking around backstage, and there's some caravans, and there's one walk past a caravan, and I saw all these guitars, there's
Wow.
Stratocasters everywhere, Fender,
Yeah.
and a guy tuning them up. I had to stick my head in. I went, wow. And then this English guy goes, oh, we're talking about, oh, this is Richie Blackmore's song, the guitars. And I go, oh, fantastic. And then he goes, who was that on just before? Oh, so that was my band, Kevin Borich, what we call Lardy does, then, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and he goes, oh, Richie really thought it was great. And I said, oh, well, we're playing tomorrow night down in the place called Birdies, or they changed the name to um, something else, but I can't remember. Anyway, so I say, yeah, and he says, oh, well, I'll tell him. So we're playing the next night, and I've forgotten all about that. Next minute, there's this white Stratocaster being brought through the crowd, and a guy with black hair behind his roadie, and he gets up. Richie Blackmore's on stage with us.
Oh, is that
Oh,
right?
it's
Is that right?
incredible. And the crowd, like, because it was like he's rock royalty at that stage.
Right.
Uh,
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
so we jammed out up there, and it was just fantastic. So that was the greatest thing that came out of that Sunbury one, because I think
Oh,
we did it about three times over. Yeah,
oh, did you in playing with Richie? Wow, wow, wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was
Yeah,
great.
rock royalty. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, well, what would you would be the last original member in '75? Why did you disband the group?
Which me?
Yeah.
The Lardy does on that album. It kind of just ran its course.
Okay.
Sometimes that just happens, and other
Yeah.
things happen. I think I got offered to play with Stevie Wright, who had those songs Easy, and
Oh
he was
yes.
out of the Easy.
Easy,
He was out of the
easy beats.
Easy Beat.
Easy beats. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
'cause- and it was a big name here, and whatever was happening, I decided to do that because I thought I'd make some money, and um, And then after that, I started the three pieces with Harry Bruce and Barry Harvey, Little Goose from a blues band called Chain. And that didn't last too long either. That was the door, the opening door, and then
Oh,
find the right guys. And then how long does that last? Well,
right.
it's all up to how much work you can get and the personality thing. But
Oh,
most of the time, the personality thing wasn't a big deal. It was more the work situation, you know.
okay, okay. Well, you would tour with John Paul Young and the All Stars for a few months too.
Yeah, well, he was opening. He was the opening act for that tour with Stevie Wright. And
Okay, okay.
he was Albert's the record company Albert's. He was they were championing him, the young fellow he was, and they knew he'd be number one. Eventually, he did, and
Yeah.
so he was the opening act. We were first. Each band member did a song of their own, and then John Paul Young would come up, do his thing, and then Stevie would come on.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
That was
Yeah,
his.
I don't know why I thought of this, but you talk about the Easy Beats, Stevie Wright, another offshoot from there, George, George Young.
Yeah.
I was heavily into Flash in the Pan. I really liked.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they wrote a lot. Harry Vander was
yeah,
as the other,
Vanda and Young. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
that was the song JPY. Uh,
yes,
Love is in the air. You know that one?
yes, exact big
Yeah,
hit.
well, that's George and Harry doing
Right.
disco.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had several incarnations there. Well, Kevin Borich Express, who was in the original lineup?
John Annis on drums, and, Tim Partridge on bass, fantastic. And I did two albums, one called Celebration and one called Lonely One with that rhythm section. And they were fantastic players, really, really great. We did a lot of tours, a lot of we ended up getting management from Michael Chugg, who was a big promoter these days, and but that stage he was just starting, and
Yeah,
so we had the Australian pub scene happening, where whereby there was plenty of work. That sort of first of all, it was like speakeasies and thing and clubs, but then the
yeah,
pubs started doing it. There's plenty of pubs in Australia.
yes.
Everyone loved their beer, and so
Yeah,
so there was such a great pasture of you could just grow.
yeah.
You're playing so much, five
Right,
nights a
right.
week. I ended up being able to pay a mortgage, which is
Oh,
something. See,
playing.
Australia is a big country, but it's not a
Yeah,
big population. It's
right,
growing
right,
now. They're bringing so many in now. That's
right.
why, that's why there's so much trouble. That's why people got shot.
Right. I think it
Big gold
started.
folks.
Yeah, I think it started that the pub rock scene in the UK started a little bit earlier, but it was in the '70s as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That was
a lot of those bands. But speaking of Jeff Beck, you brought him up earlier. In early '77, you played on the tour in support of Jeff Beck.
Yeah, I did. I only did one show, Adelaide, and it was on the tennis courts. He had Jan Hammer on keyboards, and because that stage, the fusion jazz rocky music,
Yes,
uh,
yes,
that was coming in, and
right,
the musicianship was amazing, and
right.
Jeff surfing on top of these amazing players.
Yeah. And
It's
the
such a unique player.
right.
So sad that he passed away because he had more in the tank.
Oh yes, I know it's sad. And the Mahavishnu Orchestra, John McLaughlin, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Carlos, I got to play with Carlos.
Yeah, that was my next year. Hey,
Yeah.
you're a mind reader. I say
Yeah.
you're way ahead of me here, Kevin.
I was very
And
mixed, very,
you'll
very mixed in my
right.
mind.
You
Be
got that.
warned.
That's right. That you got that
Yeah,
mind
so
meld. That
because
mind meld. Yeah.
my manager, Kim Borich Express manager, Michael Chugg was working for Paul Dainty as a stage manager, and so that's how I got on the show. It's
Oh.
not what you know, it's who you know, folks.
That's
It
right.
was
That's all right.
very lucky there.
Yeah.
And of course, there I am playing before Carlos, because
Yeah.
Carlos played in the afternoon, to 60,000 people.
Right. Right.
The
Well,
headliners, Fleetwood Mac were the headliners, the Little River Band,
yeah. Right. Little
and
River Band. Yeah.
before that was Carlos in the afternoon,
Yeah.
playing for it. We were before him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Oh,
we did two big shows. They were called Rock Arena.
Rock Arena. Yeah. Yeah.
Sydney had one, probably 50,000.
Yeah.
Melbourne had 60, whatever it was. It was just massive, you know. And that's how I'm on side of stage, just to put you in a picture of how that came about. Watching Carlos from the side of stage, from the opposite side, that where he was, you know, checking out everybody, you know, wow, this is amazing. People are going nuts. It's all festive, you know, that beautiful Latin music. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, I get hoisted by the arm by this guy, and he's going, he wants you out there. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? He Carlos. It's like if I'm stupid, you know. And I go, oh, I get tired. I get dragged off, go around to the other side where he's, and they put me up in front of
Yeah.
his amplifiers, and then they pick up a guitar and they put it over my head, and
Yeah.
they go, here you go, and I'm going,
Wow. Yeah.
oh, 60,000. We do.
Yeah.
What am I? Oh, yeah. So I think Mike Shreve's doing a drum solo at the time. And so that was a good, you know, they said that's where you bring on somebody.
Yeah. When you're
And
doing
so, then they start this, I can't remember, thing. And I'm going, well, what key's he in? You know? And so I just jump on board, right?
yeah.
And so I'm sort of going and running, I sort of know the thing, you know. I've heard
Yeah.
the song actually because it's a Carlos song, and
Yeah.
but never played it before. But it was a pretty basic thing as far as the chord structure, but the accents and that. But well, there's so many of those. But so I'm going along, and also, and you know, he turns around and he goes, "Oh, g'day," kind of thing. So also he goes, "Okay, it's your turn," you know. So I
Oh,
start playing, right? I start playing, and I sort of start playing this melodic line. I did some bluesy stuff, but then played this melodic line, and he jumps on it in harmony.
oh, did he? Oh, wow.
You can
Okay.
see
Yeah.
it. You can see
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's like that. And I'm
Yeah.
going, wow,
Did
that
he?
like he heard me do that before. And you know, it wasn't just your normal pentatonic thing. It
Right.
was a bit, and so that sort of blew me away. I thought that's
Yeah.
fantastic. And I started playing, and all of a sudden my sound dies. I don't know what happened. And anyways, but there was a small section there where I'm playing, and Carlos was there.
Yeah.
And but when he turned around and pointed to me, the crowd went absolutely nuts because
Yeah.
they were going, oh, he's championing one of us, you know,
Yes.
a
Right.
lovely
Right.
thing, and it was louder than the bloody band. It was incredible.
Did you feel like you were back at Woodstock playing with Carlos?
Yeah, I did.
In a
Well,
way,
because
right?
I love Latin music. You know, that's another part of my inspiration that comes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've got a song on 91 called Tango Queen, which is Latin feel, and then one called Tell Me Why, which is another different Latin feel. So, and that's one of the things we find when I went to later to America to try and do things. Um, it was almost like, what bag are you in, man? You know, because are you a schizophrenic, man? You know, that's what the record companies were sort of going, you know, you've got
Yeah.
to be in a, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like, oh, how sad that everyone just wants one
Yeah.
kind of music.
Yeah. Right. That reminds me of Ian Hunter's album, and it called "You're Never Alone with a Schizophrenic." You
You always got to think of the positive.
know. Right. I love that title. Well, around the same time, you won a couple of awards, best guitarist at the 2 years in a row at the 1977 and 78 Australian Rock Music
Yeah,
Awards. Yeah.
yeah, I hated that.
Oh, you didn't like that? Okay. Really?
I saw better guitar players than me around. You
Okay.
know, actually, there's this little story I've written in the book. And they want me to, and then my manager's going, yeah, but, you know, yeah, but
Yeah.
good for you and stuff.
Well,
And I'm going, okay, but so I worked it out when they're going to be. It was at the Horton Pavilion. They're going to give the award, and I'm up to go and pick, thanks very much and do all that. But I didn't want to, so I parked and I waited, and I was by the stage door on the outside, and the bouncer knew what was going on. I said, look, I'm supposed to be up on stage, but I don't want to be up there yet. So he goes, you're okay. So Chaggy goes up and gets the award and says, Kevin's done 360 gigs this year. It's the first one he's missed. And he walks off. And then I'm supposed to play a song, so I go up there and play the song.
You did play.
So
you did
I
play.
didn't actually do that because I thought I didn't mind being the most popular at the time.
Yeah.
Because I probably was, because we had Chuggy working hard and booking us everywhere. We were pulling great crowds.
Right.
And people loved what I was doing. So that was fine. But, I'd go and see Tommy Emmanuel. I'd go and see lots of people that were fantastic players, So I just thought that was a bit of a silly thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take those feathers from your cap then. I'll take those back.
I don't mind a few feathers. Neither does Stevie.
Right. Well, how was the U.S. tour supporting AC/DC in '78?
Yeah, and I'm only in LA. 2 shows at something. I can't remember the name of the venue, but it was a small venue.
Okay.
Mm.
On Sunset? Was it on Sunset?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So just a couple of shows. Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah, an afternoon one, and then an evening show. This is before they broke.
Okay.
Big.
Okay.
And and that's what I saw Bon Scott for the last.
Oh, tell me about it.
Time. Yeah, I knew Bon in Australia, but when we were recording my Lonely One album, he was doing AC/DC songs, because I was in one studio and they were in another.
Oh, yeah.
And I was walking around doing a taker when the boys were doing something and my thing, and I went for a little stroll around the studio, and there's Bon sitting down at the grand piano, and he's got the notebook and he's writing. I said, "Oh, how Bon, how you doing?" He goes, "Oh, good." He said, "Oh, shit, I'm writing this shit." He said, that shit turned out to
be.
I was saying, look, mate, it's okay. Bebop-a-looba, long bam boom,
Right.
Just go for the flow.
Yeah.
But I think he was wanting to be deep and meaningful, but
right. Well, for my 2 cents, he's their only vocalist they've really ever had. I love they're the band behind Bon. I don't think the Brian Johnson he pales in comparison. That's just my opinion.
Bon,
I think he tries too much to sound like Bon, and he doesn't. So I think a lot of the younger fans that missed out on the early AC/DC really missed
well,
out.
that shows you, like individuality cannot be replaced.
Right.
Maybe, if he had an AI injection, sound like, but that's the trouble with AI. That's what's going to happen.
That's right. You're right. Oh man, whole lot of roses.
Get an AI Ray Charles implant here.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think a whole lot of Rosie's my favorite.
The
band.
Right.
Man, what a rocker! Well, moving on, the Party Boys. What was the concept behind
Party Boys? I wanted to be a commercial pop band. Play popular songs, and have different lead singers come in and through. And I thought, well, yeah, that could be fun. I could do some of the, Jimi Hendrix songs, or and that sort of thing. And I thought it could be popular, bringing other singers in. It's different. It's a good concept, and it's going to be fun, sort of vibe, like a party. And I had a bing. I said, call it the Party Boys. So we went on this great sort of bringing in different singers and playing, and all of a sudden we got Joe Walsh to come over.
How did you talk Joe into it?
Well, Joe came out by himself, no entourage. garage.
Right, right.
We were surprised, you know. So we were having a rehearsal. It's all going pretty great, and so you know, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll do another rehearsal. I think, yeah, we did too. And that night, just after I got home, I got a phone call. Hey man, you got a couch? And of course, I knew it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Joe, I've got a couch.
yeah. You do
I
a
said,
good
man,
job.
do you mind if I come over, man? Sure, the couch is yours, man.
You do a good
Come
job.
around. Yeah.
You sound like it.
Right? Yeah. Well, you know, draw, man. Great. Well, we
Yeah.
had such a lovely time, you know, and I thought, well, how great that he came round because he wanted to meet the natives, you know.
Oh
He,
yeah,
he
I bet
didn't
you
want
did.
to meet another wall, you know, a hotel wall or motel or hotel. He was probably staying in a really nice place. But he came to stay for a couple of nights. And of course, then we hit the road.
Yeah.
And, um, and it
Wow.
was just fantastic being around him. I actually got an amp of his over my side of the stage too, because Joe's got this incredibly beautiful laid back feel, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yes.
down
Yes.
out, you know,
Yes. Yes.
mountain way, the Rocky Mountain way. And
That's
it's
what I
just
was going to say.
and it's
You,
back there, you know,
you,
and I sort of wanted this amp there so I could sit right there because I'm a bit of a, you know, get
yeah,
excited, you know, but
right.
get excited down here, Kev.
Yeah. You,
And
you,
uh, and that was a lesson, and really, you know, that was a
yeah.
lesson, musical lesson from to feel that way of doing things more so than being too excited and up there. So I like playing
Yeah.
up music, but that's he taught me a lot.
Yeah. You guys would do that extended guitar duel, Rocky Mountain Way, playing together.
Yeah, we played. If you'd be playing a slide, I think I'd just be playing normal. But then we'd do an opening that song "You Got to Move," both playing slide.
Oh, all right. All right. 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 Ye- Oh, that
I
works for
was
the slide. That works for the slide. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
gonna be raining outdoors.
Yes. That works. That definitely works.
So
Wow.
that was one of the highlights of the night. I find that and Rocky Mountain Way. When we're doing Hendrix songs, we're doing other songs and stuff as well, and a lot of his songs. Yeah.
Well, another one I wanted to mention in '87, the band reached #1 with a cover of John Congos's hit "He's Gonna Step on You Again."
Yeah,
But
that was suggested. Yeah, yeah, that was
yeah,
it was
the reason I mentioned that is I interviewed John Congus, two
really.
years 2 years ago, and I found out he's in my backyard. He's in Austin. I'm in Dallas, and so it's
Mm.
like 3.5 hours, south of here, and he's in Austin, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea. You also covered Argent's "Hold Your Head Up." And
Yeah,
I talked to Russ Ballard and Bob Henrit, both of those guys who were in Argent. Yeah. So
that's a great song. That's a
yeah,
great
that
song.
is a great song. That's one of the cracking song right there. Yeah. I love Argent. Well, I love Rod, his work there, but then I also with the Zombies, that's one of my favorite bands, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at the Zombies. Um, was it one song? Tell me. Oh dear, it's on the jukebox, and it's got a piano solo, and it's a jazz piano solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
middle of this pop song.
Right. Right. Is it She's Not There or Tell Her No?
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
He's not there.
Yeah, she's not
Thanks.
there yet. Yeah, yeah, right, right. The breathy vocals of Colin Blunstone. Yeah, one of my favorites. Well,
It's on that song's on my jukebox.
oh, is it? Okay.
An old AMI,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, with a dome.
right.
Records come up like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That would be neat to have one of those. Wow, I wish I had one of those.
I found it when I was on tour,
Did you?
and yeah, and I got up early one morning in a motel, and it was a double-story motel, and then the garage door was open. A whole lot of pinball machines in there. I'm going, what's going
Oh,
on? Also, I see the jukebox, and there's the owner going
uh-huh.
around pushing, and he comes up proudly. I say, does it work? Bang. Johnny Cash comes burning out, you know, out to the car park, you know,
Yeah,
and wow, this is great. And all of a sudden, whoop,
yeah.
this woman comes up. Do you want to buy it?
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, the other guy goes another inch shorter, and I'm sort of what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, how much do you want? $60. That thing's worth about 8,000.
Right, right. Wow.
But back then, it was probably worth. I was going to pay maybe 600 for it
Yeah.
back then. But this is an original one, AMI.
Oh man. Yeah, hang on
Yeah.
to that one, Matt. You
I can
once you
pick this
do
up.
sell it,
I'll pick
you,
this up and go open
yeah,
the door.
once you,
There she is.
right. You'll get a pretty penny for that
It's
when you
like an
do.
Olympic flame in the corner over there with
Right.
all, you know, even got in the jungle, the mouse.
Mighty Jungle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got all these songs that really did stuff, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
It's got Stevie
Yeah.
Ray Vaughan on it. It's got a Jimi Hendrix on it. It's got John Lee Hooker on it.
All
It's
of
got Howling Wolf on it.
yeah.
Well, you know, they weren't originally on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny had to come off to make room for Jimmy.
I don't think
Sorry,
he'll
Johnny, I love you, man. I love
yeah.
you. But
Well, how was it? I want to hear this too. Tell me, how was it touring with Eric Burdon in what, 89, in the summer of 89?
Eric Burton was great. The Kevin Borich Express played before him on a couple of shows. One in Wollongong and one, sorry, Wollongong and one in Sydney. And then I did a solo one up here, just down the coast here, and we're up the Sunshine Coast in Queensland here, and it was great. I didn't have much of a time to chat with him. It was pretty. He was getting on, so but he had a great American band, and they sort of loved what we were doing. Wonderful songs, they're so great, you know.
Oh,
Don't
tell
let
me.
me be misunderstood, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, right. All those early, and then when he was with War, when he played with
Yeah,
War, yeah, I like all that. He kept reinventing himself too, you know.
yeah,
Great.
and it's great. And he's still got it, man.
He's still
He was.
going. He's still going. Yeah, still going. Yeah. Well, the band would reform for shows in 99, 1999, and 2011. Did you play those shows?
The original band. No.
Were you on those shows in 1999 and 2011? Did you play?
I did a show. Those shows, I can't remember what
Okay.
it was, but it was just Australia. Yeah,
Okay. 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 This is really.
and they would have had a different band because Australia's so big. You know, when
Oh,
the
yeah.
tour promotions over to go, well, we can't spend the money for a support band. We'll get it from the local where they are. You know, so but I got to do Sydney and up here and Wollongong, which is south of Sydney.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I hesitate to bring up another award because I don't know if you're if you're going to be happy about it. The Heritage Award, 1999.
That's you get this one for hanging around. Oh,
Is that what it is?
I'm with that one.
The Longevity Award.
Yeah, no ego involved in that one.
I like that. Okay. They call it heritage, but it's just for being there for so long.
Yeah, and now and
Yeah.
you know, if you stick with it, you got to be loving it,
Yeah. Yeah.
no matter what you have to go through.
Yeah. Oh, let's give him an award. He's been playing for so
You know what
long.
it should be? You know what it should be? Instead of a thing, should
Yeah.
be a bull.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
So you know,
Yeah.
they say all the hits get knocked
Yeah.
off. Because,
That's
you know,
right.
the
That's
buffer.
There you go. That's an
Give me a
idea.
bull bar and a nice chrome bull bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Not
that's an idea.
not this big. This,
Right.
but,
Hey,
you know,
maybe you'll start something. Maybe
metaphorically speaking.
right. Maybe that'll catch on. Hey, you know, you never know. Uh, and then the 2003, you were inducted into the Australian Blues Foundation Hall of Fame. Now that's quite an award.
That means people have been listening to you, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
I enjoyed that. It was nice to be heard or listened to.
Right. Right. Well, nice to be recognized. Yeah. It is.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful being in the position that I am, as far as just normal people coming up and saying, I saw you win. That's the opening line. I saw you win. And then they tell them a bit about their life. And
Yes.
then you become part of their life.
Right. Right.
I think
Yes.
it's the best accolade of all.
Yes. Now playing live now these days,
Yeah.
do you see get some fans, some old fans will come up to you and talk to you, and
Yeah, and
then
they come along with their 18-year-old
there
son, or
you go.
and
Yes,
he's going,
exactly.
"Told you so, told you so."
There you
And
go.
the best one, that a guy come up, and his fathers and the sons there, and the son's beaming. We just come off, with the energy is still there. He goes, "You shit on all the bands I listen to." I went,
Yeah.
"Number one, that's fantastic."
Yeah. Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, passing it on to the new generation. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You
yeah.
find a lot of
And
younger,
the other one's a good one.
yeah.
Mum and Dad said that I was conceived after one of your shows.
All right. I've heard that too.
Well,
I don't
that's
know
probably the best one. Oh,
at least it was after, not during, right?
yeah, well, yeah. I was the foreplay.
Yes. Oh, there you go. There you go. Put it in the right perspective, right? Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I know it's nice to hear from the fans and all that.
Yeah,
You still get, yeah,
I sort of meet them. I go out because I'm trying to sell my music, because
yeah,
what that helps get you
right,
along.
right.
And you're proud of what you've done, so you want people to take it home and stuff. So, and I help my wife's coming with me these days,
Yeah.
and meet people, thank them, sign the thing, whatever if they want that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's my duty, really. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do what I love.
Right, right. Well, it's just
And thanks to those people.
there you go, and making the connection with the audience, right? Your fans, you got to, give back. They give and you give back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
it's a, it's a
that's happening on stage when you're rocking out towards the end and everything's going well. Well, that's
yeah.
when you feel,
Oh yeah, nothing like that, right? I've never been a musician, but I can imagine, just
yeah,
that natural high that you get,
yeah,
getting that reaction, immediate reaction, to your.
confirmation,
There
confirmation.
you
Yeah,
go. There, exactly, Kevin. Well, I
keep
forgot
going.
to I forgot to ask you. You've done a lot of session works over the years. Who are some of the artists that you've played with or you've enjoyed playing with?
Not really a lot.
Not a lot.
Um, I think I played on a Richard Clapton album. There's a great guy that came up through the same time. He's a great songwriter. Um, I did the Triple M ad, which was a radio thing, and it was a TV ad, and I had to play this melody. When I got to the studio, they put the music up in front of me, and it was back to the cornet days.
Yeah.
You know, I can't read that fly sheet, man.
Right.
Says, "Oh no," he said, "I have to cancel the thing." I said, "Whistle it to me." And he cancelled. I think, "Look, I'll come around to your place." This is Jimmy Sloggett, sax player, great. He was the MD, the guy that was doing the music, and I'll come around and whistle it to you. He said. So he did. He whistled to me about 20 times.
Did he?
And
Did he?
the next day we went to the studio, and I played it.
Oh, I played it.
And so, and I think Slash did another version, because they gave me a record to take that from.
Mhm.
Um, and as well. No, I didn't, because he was whistling. I got that first. But yeah, it was Rory Gallagher
Oh,
on the first one. And I forget the name of the piece,
yeah.
but they used it for this ad for the Triple M
Okay.
thing. It's a great ad, because it said, "Because your ears have brains."
Okay.
And yeah, the spooky thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
another.
nice melody thing.
Oh man, that's another guy gone too soon. Rory Gallagher. What a guitarist.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
man.
I went to
Yeah,
see him live. Actually, Chuggy was the guy who brought Rory out, so I
yeah.
got to meet him, and he had a great energy and he had a lot of blues in him. He was
Oh,
an Irish man, you know, he's
yes.
Irish.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Wow. And Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, another one that
Yeah,
passed too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, another one.
Boys are back
There.
in town. I think the Party Boys did. The boys are back in town. Yeah,
Ah, okay, okay. Well, one
one of
more
those
question.
one of those great songs.
Yeah, one more question. I want to hear how has the Kevin Borich Express Live that just came out last year, how has that fared? How has that?
Great.
What's
Well, I've got
the?
a few ones here I've done. I'll show
Mhm.
you. This is a live one. I had my son playing drums.
Oh,
Uh,
that's right. Yeah, yes.
that's one. That's live at the basement in Sydney.
Okay.
Uh, there's another double one here. Check out the cover. This is great.
Hold that up. Hold that up. Oh, I like that. I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
called Totem.
Totem. Yeah. I
Totem
like
Pole.
with all the guitars there. Yeah, I like
Yeah, and
that.
see, you've got the fuzz face, you've got the wah wah, you've got distortion.
Yeah. You got them all. I
Yeah,
like
got a
that.
very that's a variac at the bottom. You can because we live out in the
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
big north, not haven't
Yeah.
got enough power.
Yeah.
You know, out this far, and when I recorded that,
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
if
Yeah.
people up the road were using too much power, we had to turn our generator on.
Taking all the you shut the
Yeah,
you shut the grid down, right? When you do
yeah.
that.
My studio's downstairs.
Okay.
I call my studio the vibrating house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Your son. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Playing with your son. That's got to be special. There we go. Yeah. So your son's a drummer.
Yeah, yeah. We just
Okay.
run.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hold that up. Let's hold. Yeah. Hold that up again. Let's see. I'll tell you. Pull straight up. Pull it up higher. There. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
That's a wave.
Oh yeah. It's really that's a, that's
Tsunami
a that's a tsunami. I was going to say.
right behind.
They're not going to survive that. Tell you right now.
That's me. Laying
it's
back.
about it's about to hit.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Ah, there we go. See
Washed up.
that,
All
that,
washed
it did.
up.
Oh, they're all gone. They're all gone.
This
Wow.
this
Yeah.
one here, this one here is like a compilation.
Okay.
So there's the
Oh,
half of me's young, the other
yeah.
half.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. I like that. That's a nice idea to do that. That's a nice idea. That almost reminds
This,
me of the cover for the duets. It almost looks like the same cover as the duets album.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah.
Nick McDonald did that. My producer Nick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick lives about 10 minutes from me here,
Yeah.
so that's great.
Well,
This is his thing too. So
well, that's nice. Your son. How many kids do you have? Oh, go hold that up again.
this is a
This-
three CD set, which is
Oh, yeah.
really, if people want to get an idea of what I've been doing.
Yeah.
It's like one CD's got all the rock stuff.
Okay.
Uh, Middle CD's got some ballady, maybe some funky, Latin stuff, and then there's live stuff there.
Oh,
So it's
on
a
the
three
third.
CD set over sort of from 73 to 81.
Okay. Okay. It's kind of a best of. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Legacy.
And this is the one that you were just mentioned. This is
Yeah. Yes. The duet. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. It was just the one side of your face, right? That's what I was. I knew something looked familiar. Yeah. On that one. Wow. That's got to be nice to work with all those other musicians and artists on that one.
yeah, like Russell Morris is very popular and had hit records here. Leo Sayer,
Leo Sayer. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
he got up and jammed on this one. He,
Oh. Oh.
he got
Okay.
I didn't know. And my bass player, as we were walking off, the
Mhm.
crowd wants an encore,
Yeah.
and we're walking off stage, and then my bass player, Harry, goes, Leo wants to get up.
Yeah.
And I thought he meant Leo DeCastro, who's a great Maori singer. And he says, no, 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 Leo Sayer. And I said, really?
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, so we go and turn around and go back on stage and call him up. And I'm thinking, oh no, he wants to play harp. because Harry said he's got his harp. And we tuned down a semitone. And usually if it comes up with a normal one, you
Right.
know, it's a train wreck.
Right.
But I'm going, oh, no, this is going to be, thanks, Leo. Great. You know, let's go. So
Right.
start a Jimmy Reed song. You got me running. Right?
Yeah.
And also he comes in with a harp. I'm going, it's in tune. So he actually had a flat harp, they call him, I think. He was down at $10. So I went, this guy knows what he's doing. And then I got to know him, Leo. He's got an incredible collection because I went round to his house of blues, soul. And then he played me. I said, have a listen to this. He said, in his studio, I've got all these Beatles songs done reggae style.
Wow. That would be you know he
hasn't released that. He should release that.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate, people only know him from, like You Make Me Feel Like Dancing and that real commercial stuff. But he had some really good before that. Some of his older material is a lot better. It's a lot better than those.
Well, you can't judge a book by its cover, the old saying is, isn't it?
No, and, very true, very true.
You've got to always hold back on saying something like that about somebody.
That's
because you never really know, and I didn't know, and I thought, well, he's probably a pop artist, but no, when I saw his thing, he had some serious blues records,
right? Yes, he does, and a great singer too. Anyway, any way you look at it. Wow, okay. Well, you're how many children?
And Joe Walsh is on that one.
Oh, he's on. Okay. Oh, he was on that one as well. Okay.
Yeah, one song for the Pirates. I'll put the rest of the names out.
Yeah.
Ian Moss is an incredible singer and guitar player from Cold Chisel, but he's got his own solo thing going now. So Leo, Tim Rogers, a younger fellow who's great. Ella Hooper, a lovely girl, and she's a great singer. Who's that? It's too dark.
Well,
Susie DeMarchi from Baby Animals.
Oh, all right.
Angela Fabian, a lovely black singer, and she was great. I wrote the song, and I thought it really should be for Ray Charles. It's called "There's a Road," but it's a gospel sort of thing. And Angela did some great backing singing on that, as well as a song. Joe Camilleri, another guy that's entrenched over here, who's a fantastic singer and sax player and a songwriter, and Ross Wilson, of course, from Daddy Cool.
Daddy Cool. Yeah.
He's had quite a few bands. Those two guys are like the two famous great guys that I've always held, gone, got to be like these guys.
Right.
Inspiration, I think it's called.
Yeah. Who was the guy in Colored Balls? Who was that guy?
Lovey Lloyd.
Yeah, Lovey Lloyd. Yeah.
Lovey Lloyd, and he actually presented me with that blues accolade that you mentioned before.
Oh, he's so okay.
Yeah, he was. They got him to present it to me.
Okay. Wow. And then Billy Thorpe. Yeah,
Yeah, I knew Billy, and
his name's come up a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a great song called "Most People I Know Think I'm Crazy."
Yeah.
And I was living in Melbourne. I went round to his place, and he's on a porch doing. He goes, "I hear this. This is my new song." And he played "Most People I Know." I think that's a hit, mate.
Sure. Yeah, right. Well, tell the viewers your website. Where can they pick up the CDs? And
it's www.kevinborich.com.au.
Okay.
And there's all the stuff there, and just go to the shop, and there's some blurb about me and stuff. So it'd be great for. Oh, I suggest probably that one's a good one to get because it's got a lot of different styles of what I do.
Yes. And how many?
If you get that one first, but if you really like it, there's other ones. Hey, this one here. This is fun. These two songs on the second one are they 14 minutes long.
Oh, okay. On that one.
Yeah. Well, and it's like one's called Love Train, and then there's a guy playing trumpet, and it sounds like Miles Davis.
Oh.
Then one called Motif. and one called Encounter, which is just me with a loud guitar on feedback, just about the feedback, but I'm stroking it, and it's so spacey. And I think I've got some UFO information over it. And pooh, wang, and the thing goes on, and it just lives. And all of a sudden I give it a hit, and I get that one,
Oh,
there it goes.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I said to one guy who's got a radio station way up north somewhere, and no one's ever going to play that. And I have. I said, play that. It goes for 4 minutes. Oh, that one's only 4 minutes 15, but the other ones are yeah. Oh, they've got the 14, yeah. One's 4, yeah. So how about that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. He's played it. He's played it. Well, your son, how old is your son that plays drums? How old is he?
Yeah, he's like 50 odd now. I can't remember.
Okay. How long has he been playing? For quite a while?
Hey, I got him his first kit when he was 3.
Oh, okay. A long time.
I made up a kit.
Okay.
Johnny Dick and Keith Barber, both drummers, and we had some. So it was a bass drum, a red tom tom, and some bongos for 2, and some cymbals and a hi hat.
Yeah.
And when he was playing, one time when I knew he was going to be serious, he didn't know I was watching. He was going on the cymbal from the edge. He was going to the middle, and he was hitting pong, pang, 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 pang. So he was exploring a cymbal.
He was, yeah, figuring it out. Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you knew it. You knew then. You knew
he's in a band called COG at the moment. COG.
COG. Okay, nice plug for that too as well. Well, how many children do you have?
6.
Okay. Any others following in your musical footsteps?
My youngest son was starting to do drums. We moved up here, and at that time, live music is, I said, I don't think it's a good thing. But we were out in the country here, so he's not hanging with some guys that wanted to play. He was more separate, you know.
Yeah.
So, but he had the rhythm he could play. I've got a couple of things of him playing with me. But I just said, look, you can't get a mortgage these days. It came down to it,
Right.
I'm very sad to have to say that.
Yeah.
But reality isn't always a kooky-doo, lovey-dovey, isn't it?
No, it's not. No,
And that's what it is. And so, he's got into a trade and he's doing fine. And all the rest of them are girls. And Holly, my twins, Gemma's was the sister of Lucius, is my son from the drummer, Cog, from my first marriage. And then I had a relationship and we got Kobe, and she's the English girl over there in England. And but Holly, from one of them, are twins. They could sing harmony together, the twins. But the first time I noticed Holly was in the baby seat sitting there, they could sing, and they could sing along with the music on the radio, and in the car, I'm driving along. And I'm going, that's not a harmony coming out of there. It's her.
It was her. Wow.
Natural harmony.
Oh, yeah.
She folly like this.
Yeah. Wow.
And Chloe, the other twin, was really good on the guitar, but Holly's now working. Holly's
See?
studying plants. She just got homeopathy. Anyway, get the AI to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great, and to see them.
I was going to say, yeah, that's got to make you feel pretty good, pretty proud, to see that.
A lot of people we know find it hard to get their kids off the couch.
Right.
That's always been somewhere along the idea. They've got that problem, but ours were always willing to up and at it.
Yeah,
the local thing here was that every child that grows up always just does their stint behind the cash registers at Woolworths or IGA at the stores.
Yeah.
Step into reality.
Right. Exactly. Right. All right then, Kevin. Anything else, kind of
Yeah,
coming to
I'm still playing. You can on my website you'll see what shows I'm doing. The next festival I got is one down the Gold Coast here, Surfers Paradise they call it. It's further south from here, and there's a lovely festival called Broadbeach Blues on Broadbeach, and they bring some internationals out as well as having. And I've been doing that quite a few times over the years, and then I do shows further south over this coming year.
Okay, okay. Staying busy. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, got a great band, Chris Gilbert on bass and John Carson on drums, both locally Brisbane boys that are top players around, and they know my stuff backwards, and I'm continually recording. I've got another one on the boil downstairs in the vibrating house. Yeah.
Is, is that an earthquake? Is that an earthquake? No, that's just Kevin. Kevin.
We had one here.
Oh, did you?
I've never experienced, but I'm sitting over there on the couch, yeah, and all of a sudden I get this real shake, and I get up and I go outside. It's shaking. It's not violent, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's just me now that I'm 38. No. And then my wife comes up, and then it dies. So it was just a tremor, but it's the first time I've experienced something.
Really, really, wow. Yeah. I didn't know that there was a fault line over there. I guess there is.
Well, there's technically not, but there was an earthquake in Newcastle, which is about 5, 6, no, hang on, more than that, 10 hours,
Mm-hmm.
10 hours south driving.
Yeah.
I drive a lot. My band flies, I drive.
Yeah.
They're the rock stars. Because if you fly, you got to queue up like
Yeah.
and you got to go through that. And then you got to hire a vehicle. Then you go in higher gear. And I've just got my wagon with for the trailer with the gear.
Yeah.
I used to have in the big days when we were working a lot, I had a 6-ton truck, 3 roadies.
Yeah.
Now I got 10 roadies.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You adapt. Yes, you do. Right.
Adapt.
Yeah.
That's that cool bar thing. Yeah.
There you go. See, keep that alive. Keep that thought alive. Right. Positive thinking. Yeah. Right. Yes. Osmosis. There we go. It's gonna take hold. Yeah.
It's all atoms all holding hands.
Right. Yeah. All right.
It's a holographic universe. Greg.
It is. It is. See, you have to remember that. Yeah, it is. All right.
I learned that I was taking notes, did.
I like that. Okay. Well, I've enjoyed it, Kevin. I want to thank you again
I've enjoyed you. Thank you very much
for doing this. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, and say some big prayers for us over here, okay? And keep us in your thoughts. And
it's great to chat, mate.
Yeah, it was very, very enjoyable. I want to thank you for doing that again. And all the best to you, okay? And in all your live shows and the future recordings as well, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. And I'll say bye for now, but not forever, okay?
Wonderful. All the best to you.